So, the equation I see you became I equal to you, and that is the first step in understanding how this universe came to be. And more important is, why this particular brand of the universe? Why should it be made out of space, time, matter, energy? Why not some other kind of universe? Why this particular type of universe came to be? What is my role in this? I found that maybe I am the creator. Am I the only creator? I had a child. I had 2 daughters and a son. That guy was born and he died in 10 days, 14 days. I saw the birth of the child, living of the child, and death of the child. So there is something which is seeing my birth, growth and death. What is that something? The world. So it seems I contain the world and the world also contains me. So who is the creator, who is the created, who is me and my image in this thing? So that started the quest for understanding who I am. I want to make this long story less boring and less, but I want to tell you the culmination of my thinking. I don't want to go through the whole process, but when I started looking inwards, then I discovered that I do not have one body, I have 3 bodies. There is one body which is what I think is my body, and it thinks I have only 2 hands, 2 legs, eyes, senses, everything. It's identified with the structure, form and movement of this particular body. That's, let's say, the physical form in which I conceive myself to be. And that has got fears, that feeling for sex, running after power, and sometimes a little bit of love, and sometimes detachment. Where I go, what's wrong with this? I don't want to be a part of this nonsense. And I feel that I am bound with the tyranny of time. Time holds a tyrannical grip over me. It always moves forward relentlessly. I keep on becoming old and old. Every day I become 1 day older. And one day I'm going to be 80, 90, maybe I won't be there. Is that my end? It's not my end. Why? Because as I have seen my son being born, grown and dead, there are all of you looking at me come and go. I will not be able to die. Then I realized that I came as a drop out of the ocean of this world, and I felt a separate existence for some time to it. So what was I before my birth? As a child growing in the womb of my mother. What was I before that? My mother and father had a union, and in their joy, I was one of the billion sperms that were trying to take a life, and I won that race and had this life. So it's hard one chance to live. It's going to end someday. Is that the purpose of life? Is the grave the purpose of living? The Mother Nature has grown from the microbial organisms living in the sea into the human form after billions of years of effort and billions of tries to make this human form. This is not the end of the journey. We are going to evolve. Why should we evolve? Because if it chances that an asteroid comes and strikes the Earth, before we kill ourselves by a nuclear war or something, the whole life will be lost. So she wants to preserve the life. So she has put different kinds of energies into man and woman, forcing them to couple and procreate. She provides nourishment when we need it. As I was born as a child, she provided nourishment in the breast of my mother, and I got nourishment. From the tiniest to the largest, whatever would conceive, she provided the nourishment where and when and how it would be nourished. She took care. If you see a pomegranate fruit, you see how carefully the seed is protected, every pomegranate. If you were to open a pomegranate seed and want to close it back and put it in the same thing, how much effort you got spent? So much effort has the Mother Nature taken to preserve, to create, and trying so much genetic variety in us that maybe some of us will be able to survive. The fittest will survive. She doesn't want to give up on it. So she is the one who has created the fear of death inside of us. We have that fear is called one chakra, the Muladhara, the base of creation is fear. Where does this fear come from? The drop separate from the ocean. They are afraid that it will get back into the ocean. The fear that I am going to die. The deepest fear, that is called the base chakra. Its first transformation is called the second chakra. Now food is needed to protect and grow me. If I go, so nature has provided the mechanism making the best of computers, the most intelligent and most enjoyable way. She had invented sex, which preserves the race. The function of the enjoyment is to preserve the race. That we should not leave, the life should not end when that particular life ends. And she's created an organization called the human being out of billions and billions of living cells. And every second, millions are born and millions are dying in our bloodstream. And we are not the same being that existed 1 second ago. Some million births have taken place in me, some million deaths have taken place in me. Still I continue. So this organization of all these billions of lives has created one single idea that I exist, and that is continuing beyond all these lives and deaths. So, who am I and what's my role, what's my purpose? It's to preserve the consciousness, to preserve that awareness which is a rare find. She doesn't want to give up on that. So she had invented sex, the easy, enjoyable way to manufacture the best of computers, the human being. If there is no enjoyment there, who would do it? Why would the race be preserved? But then this fear and the lust, the driving forces, they are similar in nature. Just as we seek variety in food, we seek variety in enjoyment. If you want to have only rice every day, without vegetables, without noodles, without soups, boring. Same thing with the drive for enjoyment. So when you try to control these fears and things which are taking you away from your real pursuit, you gain power for yourself. You are what you eat. So be careful what you eat. Don't do excess. So you purify yourself in the Annamaya Kosha. And then in the next you don't do excess of anything. Be in control. Enjoy, but you will get into trouble otherwise. So there has to be some discipline and some freedom. So cells are working their assigned job, doing assigned jobs to create something higher than themselves. That is the fundamental paradigm which nature has for us. We work together to create something higher than yourself, or else we are going to perish. Individually, none of us can survive. So the result she is trying to teach us is that there is a degree of freedom that you are given. There is a certain degree of discipline you are given. You have to choose wisely between how much of freedom, how much discipline, so that you can grow, you can contribute to the society around you. The third chakra, as I said, is power. You start using the power when you control yourself and yourself. The working is there. You are exercising the power over the freedom. And ego doesn't like it, it rebels. It says, I want to be myself. I don't want to listen to an old man talking in front of me. Why should I control myself? You try it out. And the world is a great teacher. If you make a mistake, it will bash you. The world is a great teacher, and it tells you, look, buddy, you are going wrong. You got to be here. And this way, when we get these experiences of dejection, rejection, loneliness, these are all the consequences if we do excesses in our life. Okay, once you gain control over Jishva Chapalya and Gusha Chapalya, about your tastes which are related to food, and about sex, Gusha Chapalya, then you start exercising control over them, then you start gaining power and instruction. You sit in a horse buggy and the horse is drawing the cart. You are now in the place of drawing the cart and the horse is sitting in the buggy. So when you regain control over that, then sometimes you feel helpless. I want more power, I want more power. If only some 100 people are under me, I can grow. So you are trying to get more and more power. Then you go back into the sexual centers and then the fear centers. But when you feel you have enough power, then you start sharing your power with others. Then you move to the heart center. This heart center is a tender, loving place, loving space. Like, a mother who has bathed the child, given the nourishment, and kept on her chest, and the baby is sleeping. Soft, tender, affectionate, loving place. There is no manipulation there. The child is absolutely happy, seventh heaven. So the love center is one which takes you to that place where you have no fear whatsoever. Talking about your deepest troubles and getting healed. We'll do a healing meditation a little later. Relate to the heart center. Because if I can take you to the heart center, then most of your job is done.